Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio today, my partner in crime, Bryan Leonard. We're going to break down some college football for you. And Bryan, let's get it started with our national spotlight game. Oklahoma State. This one's going to be a big one. Obviously, big game in the Big 12, but kind of bigger game as far as Oklahoma's concerned because they are finally in the top four for the playoff picture. And if I'm Oklahoma State, you got to be sitting there saying, what the? Because you look at this, they lose to Baylor last week, and Baylor was ranked 10th in the playoff polls. They drop all the way from 6th to 11th this week. Oklahoma gets by the skin of their teeth by 1 point to TCU with a backup quarterback and ranked 18th. And they leapfrog from 7th to the number 3 spot. I can't figure this out.
A lot of it doesn't make any sense. We talked about this in the videos last week, how Iowa and Oklahoma State definitely do not deserve where they're at. Iowa's 3rd in the country with the coaches poll. I've got 17 teams that would be favored over Iowa if you go by just power ratings. Oklahoma State's a team that I thought, hadn't played anybody. And if you go back and look, all those teams in the Big 12, last year, they knocked each other out, the Baylors and the TCUs. Nobody could play in it. It's going to happen again this year. It's the same thing as what happened last year. If Oklahoma loses this game, they're going to be in bad shape. Baylor's got to win, but now you're going to have a third-string quarterback for Baylor making the Final Four. Big 12's heading for another disappointing year, I think.
But if Oklahoma holds serve here, they can put that to rest, or can somebody leapfrog this week? You've got, a lot of attention on the Notre Dame-Stanford game. Notre Dame wins last week but falls out of the top 4. It was a tough game against Boston College, but it was a game they had a lead early, and then it looked closer than it was at the end. But, they got penalized for the close win, yet Oklahoma got benefited by the close win.
It depends on how close you are with your points, and they have a point standing too. But if Oklahoma happens to lose here and Notre Dame goes in and wins at Stanford, Notre Dame, I think, will be in the top 4 at that point.
Well, now we look at Oklahoma State. In rivalry week, sometimes we say you got to throw the stat sheet out because when rivals play, things don't go. They rise to the occasion. And obviously, if Oklahoma State losing last week, their national championship hopes are gone. So can this team pick themselves up off the mat to play their biggest rival, Oklahoma, and knock them off? Or are they going to be feeling sorry for themselves as far as down that they fell?
This is somewhat similar to the Michigan-Ohio State game for this week.
It is.
And Oklahoma, I happen to think Oklahoma's a better team. I have Oklahoma ranked 3rd in my rankings. Oklahoma State, I've got them way down there. But Oklahoma State, Oklahoma's quarterback, obviously, you got to make sure the quarterback's playing. Last I heard, he was going to be back and he's going to be playing. In fact, Oklahoma got hit this morning, went up to 7 in this game. I don't know if there's any value on Oklahoma, but I know that Oklahoma's the better football team, but we'll have to see in this one. I really don't have an opinion in this. I guess I would have played Oklahoma at the lesser number. Now at 7, it keeps me off the game.
Yeah. Well, you put the gun to my head, and we hate to use that phrase, especially around you, because you'd like to do that sometimes to me. But Oklahoma, if I'm playing, I'm laying. Our buddy Teddy used to say that.
He still does.
So Oklahoma here, and to me, it comes down to defense. Both these teams have good offenses, and as you said, the quarterback for Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, is supposed to play on Saturday. So the offenses both can go up and down the field. Oklahoma, though, defensively, far superior to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, I watch them play sometimes, and it's like, a matador, with his cape going against the bull charging at him, just lets them go by. So, and remember, last week, Baylor, at the end of that game, after Stidman got hurt, they were down to a 3rd-string quarterback. And we're seeing that it's more of the system at Baylor than it is the quarterbacks because they just keep rolling out quarterbacks ever since RG3. They haven't missed a beat.
And how many of them have been successful in the NFL?
And again,
it's just not Baylor. It's so many of these schools. For years, BYU would do that, and they would have guys make the NFL, and then they get cut. And you see it all the time.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and make it official. I'm going to say take Oklahoma, lay the points here for the National Spotlight game. And don't forget, guys, you can save $10 this week if you enter coupon code MARK10. That's the word Mark and the number 10. You get $10 off any package this weekend. And don't forget, you can use that on a weekend all access. And boy, what a weekend to do it. The Thanksgiving package. Get everything Thursday through Monday. 5 big days of football, nonstop action. You'll get basketball included as well, $69 through Monday. Check it out at WagerTalk.com. Be sure to check out our other videos available at WagerTalk right now.